हसितं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं हरि बोल 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 कृष्ण बोल 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 कृष्ण बोल 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 हरि बोल 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 हरि बोल 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 कृष्ण बोल 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 राधा रानी हरि कृष्ण बोल 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 मेरे मन में हरि मेरे तन में हरि कण कण में हरि जीवन में हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाल हरि श्रीनाथ हरि मुकुंद हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाल हरि श्रीनाथ हरि मुकुंद हरि
വിഷ്ണുവിൻ്റെ ഭക്തി സംഗീതത്തിൽ ലയിച്ചിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ശ്രേയയുടെ ഒരു ഭക്തിഗാനം ഏതെങ്കിലും രണ്ട് വരി.
One of my most favorite devotional albums have been Lataji's Meera Bhajans by Radhanath Mangeshkar's music. म्हारारी गिरधर गोपाल म्हारारी गिरधर गोपाल दूसराण कोया दूसराण कोया दूसराण कोया साध्या सकल लोक जोया दूसराण कोया म्हारारी गिरधर गोपाल. I'll sing the antara. भाया
each and every one of you all, and on behalf of our ashrama, let me welcome you to our Thursday night satsang that we hold every week in aims of allowing us to become more informed, more spiritually stronger Hindus. So this evening we thank you all for allowing us to come into the comforts of your home and giving us the time to sit together. So tonight, as you would have seen, our topic we are discussing what's called Adhik Maas, also known as Purushottama Maas. And that is a period in time in which we are currently in. So tonight, as we begin, we sit upright and we close our eyes, we clasp our hands, of course, once you are able to that supreme form of God, however you choose to visualize that form. Oh God, may you guide us, may you protect us, whatever obstacles there may be in us focusing. We ask that you remove those obstacles, allow us to focus. Hey Prabhu, let us pray together, simple mantras that all of us, we know. Hari Om. Abhijanana Padmargam Gajananam Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhi Bhavatu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shantakaram Bhujagshayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam. Oh Lord, who is that Lord? Shantakaram, that one who brings all peace. Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham Suresham, the one from whose navel that lotus comes, the entire creation comes. The Lord who is the master of all the devatas. Vishwadharam, the one who supports the entire universe, all of us. Gagana Sadrisham, who encompasses the entire universe like the sky. Meghavarnam Shubhangam. O Lord Bhagavan Vishnu, you have that color like the rain clouds. May you guide us. Lakshmi Kantam Kamalnayanam Yogi Tirthanagamyam वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्. Oh Lord, Vande Vishnu, we bow to the Lakshmi Devi, Lakshmi Kanta, Kamala Nayanam. Oh Mother Lakshmi, we bow to her as well. Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam. Oh Lord, whatever fears we may have, you are the one who can remove them. Oh Lord, be so gracious unto us. Help us to become stronger people. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. बोलिए श्री गणपति गणेश भगवान की जय, विष्णु भगवान की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. All of us, we are aware that in our way of life, Sanatana Dharma, we have Prathama Puja Shri Ganesh, that one who removes all obstacles. Let us join together. Nishadin Namo Ganapati Sharan, Nishadin Namo Ganapati Sharan, Ganapati Charan Jag Dukh Haran, Ganapati Charan Jag Dukh Haran, Nishadin Namo Ganapati Charan, Nishadin Namo Ganapati Charan. संताप सब मन के हरे, मंगल सदा गणपति करे. संताप सब मन के हरे, मंगल सदा गणपति करे. मन कर रहा स्मरण, मन कर रहा स्मरण. निषदिन नमो गणपति शरण, निषदिन नमो गणपति शरण. बलबुद्धि के तुम देवता, भर भर के हृदय सेवता. बलबुद्धि के तुम देवता, भर भक्ति हृदय सेवता. शंकर सुवर्ण धारण, शंकर सुवर्ण धारण. निषदिन नमो गणपति शरण, निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण. गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण, गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण. निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण, निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण, निषदिन नमो गणपति गणपति गणेश भगवान की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. After seeking the blessing of that Supreme Bhagavan, Shri Ganesha Bhagavan, tonight, as we said, our topic dealing on that astronomical occurrence of Maas. And I'm sure all of us would have heard that month that is called Maas, also known as Purushottama Maas, all these things. What is that? From where has this come? And you know, if you look at it, many of the younger ones may not pay attention. We may not give importance to these kinds of observances. Does it make any logical sense? How does this apply to my life? What is the use of this? Just as how we are not able to understand everything in the phone. We are not able to understand how this works. We are not able to understand how when I press the green button it calls. But the effect is there. This phone has an effect that we can see today and now. The stars, the planets, all of these are forces which affect the earth. We have gravitational pulls, etc. And we see that very evidently around the full moon time with the water and the seas and the river and the water courses, they become very turbulent. So resulting out of that, we see that these planets, they have an effect on every single part of the atmosphere, every single part of our earth. You know, those who plant, those who they affect us. So just because we can't feel the effects now, does not mean that we should not observe or we should doubt. Just Saturday gone, Guruji would have spoken to us about Shraddha, and he made a valid point. Just because we don't understand something does not mean we have to negate it. We don't discard something because we don't understand it. We can investigate it with an unbiased mind. But just because in our limited understanding we don't know it does not mean we have to throw it away. If you didn't know how to use fire, would you throw away the matches? Like that. So this entire existence, we are affected by these planets and stars and the entire cosmos that we are a part of. And everything works in cycles. We all know cycles. We have it. Kala Chakra, Samaya Chakra. Everything is a cycle. Life is a cycle. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Even life is a cycle. Like that. So we have different types of cycles. All of us, we know them. We have Bhumi Chakra, or the spinning of the earth, and that's how we get day and night. We have Chandra Chakra, the movement of the moon, and that is how we get bright fortnight and dark fortnight. Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. And those who do planting, etc., they know the importance of this. And then we have Bhumi Surya Chakra, the earth and the sun. As the earth rotates on its axis and continues to rotate around the sun, we get what's called the Ritu, or the different seasons. So for those who live in the temperate countries, you have 4 different seasons mainly. And for us in the tropical islands, we have 2 seasons. So different cycles are there. And we all experience these cycles. So the Bhumi Chakra, or the day and night, we know that very well. Because we can see it, so we believe it. Right now, by us it is 7 p.m. For those who are in another country, it is 6 p.m. Different time cycles, etc. So we see the existence of these things. But if you look at it, the animals, they have an intelligence of the seasons. The birds know when to fly to different countries. The birds have different knowledge of these things. We, however, we are just not in touch with it. So therefore we don't know how to use it. So in our astrology, we have the rotation of the moon. And we also have the rotation of the sun. And this happens. But they don't always coincide with each other. What do we mean by that? The time it takes for the moon to make one rotation, one full rotation is 29.5 days. So I need you all to be a little attentive, follow what we are saying. So the moon, it takes 29.5 days for 1 month, or what we call a Rashi. So not Rashi, the month, the Chandra or the lunar month. Remember, we have different types of calendars. Our Hindu calendar is calculated on the lunar month. So that is why not every year the same day will be Hanuman Jayanti, not every year the same day will be Shivratri, because of this lunar calendar. However, the Gregorian calendar follows a solar calendar. So we follow a solar calendar. So in the solar calendar, we have how many days in a month? Roughly 31 days. However, in the lunar month, we have roughly 29 days. 29 solar days is the approximate time for one lunar month. So as these months go along, you have a gap. You have a gap forming, because the lunar month is 29.5 and the solar month is around 31. So 1 year of the lunar cycle is 254 days. So take 29.5 and you multiply by 12. You get around 254 days. And then now, take the solar cycle. How many days does it have in a year? And we all know it's 365. So the solar cycle, solar year has 365 days. The lunar year has around 254 days. So we see a gap being formed. So the Adhik Maas, what does Adhik mean? Adhik Maas means extra, additional, like that. So after around every 3 years, we will come whereby an entire extra lunar month is added to compensate for that discrepancy that is formed. So the ancient rishis, they were so knowledgeable when this Jyotish Shastra would have been given to us. And this Adhik Maas is not something that is spoken of today. The Adhik Maas comes in many of our scriptures. For instance, Padma Puran, it is there. If you look at Mahabharata, there is reference to the time of Adhik Maas. We have also other scriptures, Dharma Shastras. Nirnay Sindhu, which is one of the Dharma Shastras, speak in the first section a great bit about Adhik Maas. What is to be done, what is not to be done. And these are some questions that sometimes we ask a lot of in this time. What is to be done and what is not to be done in this time? And we see we have a little bit of differing views. And everyone is entitled to their own view. They have choice. We have choice. So to compensate for that lag of the sun cycle, because remember the sun takes longer than the moon to make that 1 month. So we have 1 month whereby there is no Surya Sankranti. So the term used there is Sankranti. Now what is the Sankranti? A Sankranti is the movement of the astral bodies from one Rashi to another. From 1 month or one Rashi to another. From one house to another then. So there is no Sankranti in this month of Adhik Maas. And the Sankranti is very, very auspicious. It is very prevalent and necessary for most of our Kamya Karma. What do we mean by that? Remember, the sun is that eternal Sakshi, that witness. If you look at all of our sanskars, if you look at all of our rites, in the Vivaha Sanskar, the husband and wife, they have to stand and face toward the east, asking that Surya Dev blesses them. Now we are not saying that the sun is not present. However, that presence of a Sankranti is very, very important for all of our undertakings. Kamya Karma, different types of karma that we have expectations coming out of. So you do a wedding, you have expectation of a happy married life. So there are certain rituals and rites that we tend to stay away from in this month. Why? Because that Sankranti is not there. And a little later on, we will look at some scriptural references as to the importance of the Sankranti, etc. for all of us. So this extra month, and that's what we are in, an extra month to compensate. And we must be aware of it. We must know that this is what we have. So the presence of Surya Bhagwan is very, very auspicious. Bhagwan Surya is the epicenter of the universe. He is an eternal witness. So all of us, it is important that we pay respects to Surya Bhagwan every morning. Jai Jai Surya Narayana Swami, Jai Jai Surya Narayana,
जय जय सूर्य नारायण स्वामी जय जय सूर्य नारायण
Jai Jai Surya Narayana Swami,
जय जय सूर्य नारायण
जो भी तुझको अर्घ चढ़ाए उस दृष्टि निर्मल मिल जाए, सारे मन वांछित फल पाए, मंगल में हो जीवन।
स्वामी जय जय सूर्य नारायण जय जय सूर्य नारायण स्वामी जय जय सूर्य नारायण
जय जय रश्मि रति रवि भास्कर, अंशुमान अनिलेश दिवाकर, जय जय रश्मि रति रवि भास्कर, अंशुमान अनिलेश दिवाकर, विनय करे आदेश दयाकर, विनय करे आदेश दयाकर, चिर प्रकाश दो भगवन। जय जय
सूर्य नारायण स्वामी जय जय सूर्य नारायण जय जय सूर्य नारायण स्वामी जय जय सूर्य नारायण
बोलो जय जय सूर्य नारायण,
बोलो जय जय सूर्य नारायण
बोलिए श्री सूर्य देव भगवान की
जय।
जय। So we see how important that Surya Dev, the placing of that not Makar, but this placing of the sun and the Sankranti is. And for those of you who are aware, the Sankranti and the movement of the sun is very important to our Sankalpa. Every time we do puja, the Sankalpa is important and the passing of the mentioning of the Surya Sankranti is important. So, every month is governed by one form of Bhagavan Surya. We have 12 months and there are 12 major names of Bhagavan Surya. And of course, all of us, we must know this because we offer our Surya Argha, which we chant the 12 names. Om Mitraya Namaha, Om Indraya Namaha, Om Vivasvani Namaha, Om Kashtaya Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Anshuman Ay Namaha, Om Bhagaya Namaha, Om Pushaya Namaha, Om Purjanyaya Namaha, Om Dhataya Namaha, Om Armaya Namaha, Om Varun Ay Namaha. So these are the 12 names of Surya that preside over the different months. Now, these are not the same names that are used in Surya Namaskar, but these are same 12 names of Surya. So Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Vivaswan, Twashta, Vishnu, Anshuman, Bhaga, Pusha, Parjanya, Dhata, Aryama. So these are the names that are used. And this Adhik Maas, this extra month, which name is there to be used? And coming out of this is where the term Mal Maas would have come from. Because there is no residing form of Surya Dev, like how these months have these certain names, it became perceived it became thought of as inauspicious. And there's a katha, I believe it's in the Padma Puran, that speaks of this month took before of a Devi. And Devi Mal or Adhik, Adhika, she went before Bhagavan Vishnu and she began to cry. And she began to make a plea like all of us we do. And she asked Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, you are the one who can restore and protect us. She's saying everyone disregards me, everyone sees me as inauspicious, everyone treats me not equal. And she made that plea to Bhagavan Vishnu. Having done that, Bhagavan Vishnu, he then asked her, oh beloved Devi, what is it that you want? How can I please you? How can I ease your pain? And like that now, she is making a request to Bhagavan Vishnu. She goes to that Lord who presides over the world. And she is praying before Bhagavan. He Satya Narayana Swami Hamare Dukh Haro
Beda par karo, beda par karo.
She say, oh Bhagavan, He Satya Narayana, oh Bhagavan Vishnu, Hamare Dukh Haro, take away my sadness, take away all these things that give me perceptive sadness, oh Lord. Hamare Dukh Haro, beda par karo, come to my rescue. She's making a plea. Ajar Amar Avichal Avinashi Ghat ghat ke vasi Prabhu tum ghat ghat ke vasi Janam janam se tumhare darsh ki Akhiya hai pyasi Prabhu ji Akhiya hai pyasi. He say, Ajar, Amar, Avichar, hey Prabhu, you are known by these names without birth. You are eternal, return to beside you. Janam janam se tumhari darsh ki akhiya hai pyasi. Life after life that will come, we want to have your darshan. We want to have spiritual consciousness in every single life that we may come. Janam janam se tumhare darsh ki akhiya hai pyasi. Prabhu ji akhiya hai pyasi. Satya sanatan param brahma hai, hum par kripa karo.
Beda par karo, beda par karo. Satya Narayana Swami Hamare Dukh Haro. Beda par karo, beda par karo. Beda par karo, beda par karo.
बोले श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय,
जय।
श्री विष्णु भगवान की
जय।
So she's making a request, and out of that, Bhagavan Vishnu says, okay. He listens to the plight of this earnest devotee, realizing, and he now goes and he takes her. They go before Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and being there, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he heard the plight, and he said, "Oh Devi, because of this, I will give this month great equivalence to myself. This month will be known just as myself. So therefore, what we call the month? Purushottama Maas. Purushottama Maas. That is the name that is given to the month. And he says here, it is given that Asmai Samarpita Sarve Ye Guna Mai Sanstita Purushottam iti yannam prathitam loka vedayoho. This was what Bhagwan said, that asmai samarpita sarve, that I give now everything, all what ye guna mai sanstita, all of my gunas, all of my good qualities, I will place it. Sanstita. Purushottam iti yan nama. The name will be Purushottama. Pratitam loka vedayoho. Everyone in the world, they will know Pratitam. This will now be disseminated. They will now know this month as Purushottama Maas. So asmai samarpita sarve ye gunamai sanstita Purushottam iti yannama pratitam lokadeva vedayoho. And having given this decree, this is what gave rise to this month being known as Purushottama Maas. So the month underwent a change. And in the Padma Puran, it gives where it was especially known as Malamas, what it was. Ayam tva adhik kramanosti vyapet ravi sankramanaha malinoyam anartosti shubha karmani sarvada. The injunction was given. The scriptures are very clear for all of us. Ayam tva adhik kramanosti. So in this month known as Adhik Maas, the Vyapet Ravi Sankrama, it is separated, Vyapet, separated from the Sankrama or the Sankranti of Ravi or Surya Bhagavan. It becomes Malinoyam Anartosti. So it becomes what we say Mala or insignificant or not carrying the same amount of merit as the other months. Anartosti Shubha Karmani Sarvada. What happens? All of the work, all the Shubha Karma that we want to do, so the Shubha Karma that we speak about, Bhagavad Gita says, Karmano hyapi bodhavyam chavi karmanaha akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Chapter 4, verse 17 of Bhagavad Gita says there are different types of karmas and we have to be aware of it. So karmanaha api bodhavyam. So we must be aware of things that we should do. Bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. Vikarmanaha means those are the things that we should not do. So we should know things that we are to do and things that we are not to do. Akarmanashta bodhavyam. We should even know what is inaction. Gahana karmano gatihi. And this, the nature of the different karmas, they are with gahana, difficult, or they are so profound that it seems a bit difficult to understand. So there are different types of karmas that all of us we have. And think about it while I tell you different types. We have laukik karma. Laukik karma means daily actions or actions of the world. So you get up, you do walking, jogging, whatever your actions are, laukik karma. Then we have nitya karma. Nitya karma means your daily routine, your daily sadhana, like that. All of those things. So your sandhya, whatever flowers you offer, whatever deer you like, your auspicious bath that you take, that is your nitya karma. Then you have naimitya karma. Naimitya karma means occasions, festivals, Mahashivratri, Ganesh Utsav, all those things, they are occasions or naimitya karmas. Then we have what's called prayashchit karma. These are karmas that we do to compensate for our pap that we have accumulated. Prayashchit karma. So we do these different types of karmas to compensate or to expel the bad karma that we have accumulated. Then we have nishiddha karma. Nishiddha means actions that we are forbidden to do. Actions that are seen as crimes, we are not recommended to do that. Then we have upasana karma, mental karmas like that. So the rest, they were physical. Upasana karma means mental. And we also have kamya karma. And what is kamya karma? Swargadi ishta sadhanani jyotishtomadini. This comes from the Vedasar text. So Swargadi ishta sadhanani. all the different sadhanas or practices that we want to get a physical benefit out of. So Swarga, if you want to go to heaven, many people, especially if you look at the scriptures, they want, so he sat and he did tapasya, he did penance. Swarga, the Ishta, you have a desire for. And this is a prominent desire. Jyotish Homadi. Jyotish in the Vedic days, Jyotishtha was a certain ritual. So Jyotish Homa, these types of things that bring desires. So we have an intent. That is why these are the ones that we are speaking about as Shubha Karmani Sarvada, meaning Marinoyam Anarthosti Shubha Karmani Sarvada. Like this, in all of these actions, they are not recommended to be done. Because that solar Sankranti is very important in the placing of the astrological bodies. So a wedding, for instance, you have an intention to get married, to live in a certain happy married life. So like that, we stay away from what we call Shrila Sthapana, digging the first post. We have a desire for a house. The different sanskars, the Upanayana sanskar, not recommended at this time because you have an intent. Then large purchases, anything like that, you have an intent for physical gain, you stay away from those. Griha Pravesh, going into your new home, etc. Like that. And remember, the energies, we started off with saying because we don't understand something does not mean we discard it. The Shraddha that is given, this same Sanatana Dharma that speaks of Ayurveda, Yoga, all these things that we well accept today is the same Sanatana Dharma that speaks of these energies. And just because we have not understood it yet does not mean we should discard it. So this is a little bit of the thing that we should and should not do. However, what should we do? So you've seen what we should not do. Whatever is your Nitya Karma, please continue to do. Your Vrat, continue to do that. So Purushottama Maas. Purushottam means it comes from two smaller words, Purush and Uttama. And we all know who is Purushottama. Who is that? Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram? Ramachandra Bhagavan. He was seen as the perfect person, that best acting person. And this month, Purushottama Maas, we all have the ability to use it to the best of our abilities to become the best person that we can. To empower ourselves as much as we can. So yes, the term Purushottam Maas means it's dedicated to Bhagavan Vishnu, and we have all the worship of Bhagavan Vishnu to be done, and we continue that. Our parampara, our rituals are important for our discipline. We have started learning the Vishnu Sahasranam in this month very appropriately. On Sunday coming, we will be doing the Gita Parayana. Those who listen to the Gita in this month of Purushottama Maas, they become extremely blessed. And towards the end, there's a bit of a shloka that we will see the greatness as to why this month doing it and being present and making the effort to come, you will reap a certain benefit. So, Purushottama Maas. Bhagavan is referred to as Purushottama. Why? Because he is seen as that perfect, he is so perfect in every way. Is it difficult for you and I to become perfect like that? What is the difference between our great masters of our tradition, Adi Shankaracharya, having attained Atma Shuddhi, and Bhagavad Gita, if you look at chapter 5, I believe, speaks of Atma Shuddhi, how to achieve it. By karma, you expel your vasanas and all these things and you become a pure person yourself. Not that you were ever impure. So, to channel that sattva guna within yourself this month is very auspicious. And we want to implore all of us to use the month. So we are to awaken that cosmic energy within all of us. All of us, we are made from the same cloth. We are cut from the same bones. We all know that. Paramatma. But we are to awaken that now. The play of the gunas, they take us away from our true reality. So we have to use this month to better, and of course we all know, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Na Atmanam Avasadare Atmaiva Yatmano Banthuhu Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaha. It is given, chapter 6. Better yourself by yourself. So this month pushes us to better ourselves by ourselves. We have to start bettering ourselves. And this is the call of the Vedas. Our YouTube channel, there is a lovely video entitled The Call of the Vedas. And this was one of the references. So another benefit that can come out of this month, stabilization. To stable one's own self, to become equipoised in all situations. Look at what is happening astrologically. The sun cycle and the moon's cycle, they are balancing itself out. Similarly, we ourselves have to balance ourselves by our spiritual practices this month. The sun in astrology is predominant of the self, meaning Paramatma or divinity. So it rules over that house. And Chandra rules over the house of the mind. So to be able to align the self and the mind, very, very auspicious and very difficult to do. But in this month, if you dedicate yourself, it becomes much easier to do, because the atmosphere itself gives rise to these circumstances. And of course, to be able to balance yourself, one has to renounce all desires. To become contented, then is when you can truly find balance in your life. You will truly experience your true nature of happiness, because you have no longer any desires. So that is why kamya karmas in this month is kept away from. We do not want to encourage a desire to give us a worldly gain in this month, when we should be using it for spiritual gains, for making ourselves better spiritually and mentally. All of us, we know Chatadamasila Varati Bahu Karma Nirata Nirantara Sajjana Dharma. So the sixth step of devotion, Dhamma, to control the way that we react to certain thoughts, is very, very important. So self-awareness, to be able to look inside. If you have a wedding to prepare for, can you look inside? Or are you looking for a caterer? Which one are you looking for? So this month is very auspicious to balance your own energies. Take time, 5 minutes every day, to sit in the silence by yourself and to benefit yourself. You could do your extra japa. That is why chanting the name of the Lord in this month is seen as so auspicious. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Continuous repetition of the name will keep us fixed in the purpose of that Sanatana Dharma, or bettering ourselves. Another benefit that will come, we are going to balance Drishta and Adrishta. What is Drishta and Adrishta? Drishta means all of our efforts, all of our actions, all of these things, anything that we put forward, is called Drishta. Drashta. Yeah? And Adrashta means your fate or your karma. So to be able to balance, to control your destiny itself, your Adrashta, by controlling your Drashta, your actions. So if we are able to control our Drashta by our sadhana, by our spiritual practices, to dedicate ourselves a little more in this month, it becomes easy for us. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
All of us. Let us chant the name of this month.
वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय
नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे नारायण
नारायण जय गोविंद हरे
नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे बोलिए श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय श्री सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय by chanting by making the effort we are able to change the karma that would have been predestined for us because these karmas they don't bind us they tread the path but we are able to choose and change that path by our drashta, our efforts. And there is even a reference from the Mahabharata whereby the Pandavas, they would have come across Bhagavan Shri Krishna in their exile. And having done that, they began to complain. They said, "Oh Bhagavan, look, this is the Purushottama Maas here. This month comes and we have wasted. What are we to do? How are we to benefit?" And because of their own ignorance or their own inability to understand how to use the month, Bhagavan scolded them a little bit and said, "You have wasted this month." And for those who choose to waste the month, a certain shloka is given that tad viyoga pariklishtahi na jnata purushottama yushmabhi kim prakartavyam adrishtam abhalabhyatam. That those who do not know the greatness of the Purushottama Maas, those who don't benefit from the Purushottama Maas, that person, that viyoga, who is separate from the knowledge, and they do not do their own service, parikrishtahi, for their own benefit, nabnyata purushottama, then yushmabhihi kim prakartavyam. If you do not take it up, if you do not do for your own benefit, adrashtam avalabhyatam, your adrashtam, your fate, your karma depends on it. So if you have wasted it, and we are to use these times for the benefit. Often in our society we think, well, it's a time for no puja, no prayer, no satsang, nothing. It's vacation, we think. We think it's time to, we can't light no diya, we can't go no mandir. That is how we choose to think sometimes. But Bhagavan is saying, if you don't use the time, that is our fault, our adrishta. We have wasted the ability to change it. And another reference from the Brihad Naradiya Purana. Remember we said, what is the greatness of listening to the Gita in this month? Why should we chant the name in this month? It says Sita Nikshipta Bijani Vardhande Kotisho Yatha Tata Koti Guna Punyam Kritam Ye Purushottame. In this month of Purushottama Maas, Ye Kritam Me Purushottame, in Purushottama Maas, Sita Nikshipta Bijani. Sita Devi, she was in the earth. She came out of the earth, the Bhumi. So Nikshipta Bijani, many seeds were there. They were hidden under the earth. Vardhante Kotisho Yatha. So according to the prescription in this month, it Vardhate, it began to increase. And having increased from the seeds that were there, Sita Devi herself came. Tatha Koti Gunam Punyam. So those people, or the truth is, Koti Gunam Punyam, thousands of good karma, thousands of punya karma, thousands of good qualities. Kritam me Purushottame, you are able to achieve that more than the normal or outside of this Purushottama Maas. This is the injunction given in the Brihat Naradiya Purana. So, making full use of that, to chant the name, what happens? Kotisho Yatha. By thousands, the seeds, they increased in their merit by giving Sita Devi to the world. Similarly, Tatha Koti Punya Gunam, Kritam Me Purushottame. Let us take the opportunity, use it, benefit from it. So, what are we to do? And in Narada Puran tells us, Vyajatopi Krite Tasmin Maase Shri Purushottame Upavasena Radnena Snanena Cha Japadina. Our final reference for tonight. What are we to do? It says Vyajatopi. Whether someone knows how to or not, whether they intelligently follows or not, in this month you are given freedom. So, our Vidhi has different rules sometimes to face a certain direction, a certain way. What happens? In this month, you are given full freedom. You are not to worry about all of those strict rules. Vyajatopi Krita Tasmin Maase. In the month Shri Purushottame of Purushottama Maas, which we are in. First one, Upavasena. So take up Upavas, a vrat, that will purify us, not just physically, but our faculties, our mental, perceptive faculties, all these things. So, Upara Vasati iti Upavasa. To carry oneself up, to uplift yourself, to make you live in the higher realms, that is the purpose of Upavasa. Then, so Upavasena Danena, by Dan, giving charity. And remember, charity is not just monetary or wealth. Charity can be your time. Charity can be dedication of yourself, volunteering your service. All of these things can be charity. So all of us, you are given the opportunity at the ashrama. Anyone who desires to assist, feel free to reach out. Message via the Facebook page, numbers, and we are more than willing to accept all help that comes. Then Snanena, by taking auspicious baths, taking tirats, going to the rivers and the water courses to take auspicious baths, etc. Of course, very ritualistic in nature, but that ritualistic occurrence gives us a psychological understanding. You have taken that journey to a certain tirat spot, whether it be whichever water course, whatever, you have taken that journey. Let us live the cleansing that comes from it. Then Japadina, Japa, chanting the name of that Lord, Bhagavan. Am I doing these four things? Upasena, Danena, Snanena, Japadina. Upavas or Vrat, Danena, charity, giving charity, Snanena, taking a bath, your auspicious bath, then Japadina, chanting the name of the Lord. All of these things put together brings about balance. equipoise, samatvam, brings about that in the body, mind, and the self. And this is the greatness of the Purushottama Maas. That is the time which we are in, and it is our hope that this month will not be used or wasted. This month will not be left to pass by without wondering and using the time auspiciously. So on Sunday coming, we have our Bhagavad Gita Parayana at the Dattatreya Yoga Center starting from 2 p.m. 2 or 3. Please check our Facebook page. You'll be able to see the time. One who can listen to this, walk with your Bhagavad Gita as well. Indeed, in this month is auspicious. After that, we have so many other activities coming up. We have our yoga classes, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Please see the number on the banner below. We have our Vedanta classes, how to live life. Start something new, Saturdays at 6 a.m. Give yourself a new vision, a new pair of glasses to see the world. We have music classes as well for those who want to encourage and learn something new. And then every Sunday morning we have our Sunday sadhana. Sadhana is our spiritual practice to strengthen ourselves to deal with the problems that life will throw at us. So in this month, take up a sankalp, a mental one, to better yourself by yourself, not waste the month that is here. Very auspicious it is. Together with Monday evenings, we have classes, Bhagavad Gita chanting, Vishnu Sahasranam, Sanskrit, together with Vedic chanting. And all of these, if we instill into our children, we will be able to secure the future of our children as well. So as we have come to the end of tonight's satsang, we thank you all for joining with us. We thank you all for tuning in, giving us your time in your home. And we do hope that whatever is shared, you too will share. And whatever is learned, you will practice. Let us sit upright, close our eyes, clasp our hands. Hey Prabhu, we thank you for the opportunity to sit together. Hare Om. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukh bhag bhave. Mantrahinam kriyahinam, bhaktihinam janardanam, yat pujitam maya deva, paripurnam tarastu me. Together, let us all chant. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. बोले श्री गणपति गणेश भगवान की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, विष्णु भगवान की जय, श्री गुरुदेव महाराज की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. To each and every one of you, we thank you again. Two more small announcements. We have
Shri Ram Rameti Rameti Rame Shri Ram